President Trump's chief White House strategist, Steve Bannon, torching the national left-wing media. In an interview with the New York Times, Bannon argued news organizations have been embarrassing and they have been humiliated by the outcome of the 2016 presidential election. Bannon said, quote, "The mainstream media has not fired or terminated anyone associated with following our campaign. Look at the Twitter feeds of those people. They were outright activists of the Clinton campaign." He goes on, "That's why you have no power," referring to the New York Times. "You were humiliated." President Trump tonight praising the mayor of Miami-Dade. Trump tweeting this, talking about having immediate impact from his policy decisions. Miami-Dade mayor drops sanctuary policy. Right decision. Strong. Miami-Dade is counting on receiving some $350 million in federal funds this year, and the mayor, Carlos Jimenez, ordered county jails to immediately comply with federal immigration detention requests. That ends the county's position as a sanctuary for illegal immigrants. Mr. Trump's Department of Homeland Security will also be publishing a weekly list of crimes committed nationwide by illegal immigrants in sanctuary cities. Well, joining me now, former senior advisor to the Newt Gingrich campaign, Randy Evans. Randy, great to have you with us tonight. I mean, you talk about
thank you for having me.
It's great to have you here. An immediate impact with the sanctuary policies. I mean, that's it. Are you surprised?
I'm not surprised, because I think rapidly the media, the mayors, the intellectual elite are understanding President Trump is a man who says what he means and he means what he says, and he gets it done. So often, Lou, you and I have seen these politicians go to Washington and have political amnesia. They forgot everything they said for the last 9 months. Yeah. This president has proven that he understands one important concept that Ronald Reagan talked about. Don't let the urgent drive out the important. Mm-hmm. He knows what's important, which is getting the economy back on track, making America safe again, and building better trade deals, and he's tackling it right out of the box.
Over the course of the campaign, it seems to me he was the only one in the country who knew what was both urgent and important and campaigned on precisely that. I have said some time ago that Mr. Trump is, in fact, the first president since FDR to have actually campaigned on the issues that he identified, defined, and messaged. He is the first one to also, with the clarity with which he campaigned on it, presented them to the American people. He has their approval. It's not a mandate, I don't mean that, but he has the clearest path forward as President of the United States on policy.
He understands what average Americans are worried about a better future, about better schools, about safer streets, about safer homes. He understands all of that. And what the left-wing media really doesn't get, and the intellectual elites don't get, is they got it wrong.
Yeah.
Now,
we don't care much about them anyway, Randy. You know that? I mean, I was just thinking about, you're talking about the intellectual elite in this country. I can't find them in academia. I mean, I really can't. They're not. There are no social critics. If there are a handful, and they are basically below the horizon. You can't find a Daniel Patrick Moynihan. You can't find a Nathan Glazer. Intellectual powerhouses on our campuses. They're mostly under contract to corporate America or to a think tank or to some ideological left-wing nonsense. And in business, they fall in lockstep with the Chamber of Commerce, the Business Roundtable, often the GOP establishment, although that seems to be, perhaps, there may be some change in the air there. It's good to see. But the intellectual elites, I mean, Donald Trump has, as candidate, defined, as you say, the issues that are important to working men and women, their families, our middle class, to the nation itself. I want to turn to Enrique Peña Nieto, who has 12% approval rating in Mexico. He is coexisting with cartels of the most, the most violent anywhere in the world. And there has been no declaration of assistance from the State Department of any president till this point. There has been no concern on the part of the Business Roundtable, corporate America, the Chamber of Commerce about human rights, even though they're being violated daily in Mexico, and gruesomely so in many cases. I mean, this is quite a change for President Trump to stand up and say, look, things are going to change here.
Mm-hmm. Well, and I just think that it's kind of silly when you think about it for a moment. Here you are, the person most in need of the attention of Donald Trump to help solve the problems for both Mexico and the rest of South America. And he's the one who cancels the meeting? Really? So you decide that you're going to cancel on the one who can actually help you? And Donald Trump had exactly the right response. Who cares? Fine. We'll do it without you because we're that good. We can dream big and we can build bigger.
Yeah, and it's a shame. I mean, NAFTA is going to be redone. It's going to be, or just simply disposed of. Canada is sitting there watching this play unfold. I do not believe that Justin Trudeau is going to, I don't believe this message will be lost on him. Do you?
I don't think so either. And I think you're going to see a lot more. I think a Great Britain, Canada, U.S. trade agreement would mean a whole lot more than NAFTA ever meant. It would mean you would have parity parties working together to take on the rest of the world. Okay. And when you've got democracies working together, it makes a big difference.
Okay, now I've just got to remind you, there's a policy issue here, and the President of the United States has said they're bilateral treaties. Only two, not three. See, there you go, messing with the New World Order. Randy Evans, great to have you with us. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Lou.
Thanks
Good to
so
be
much.
here.
Be sure to vote in tonight's poll. Do you believe Mexican President Peña Nieto fully understands he's now dealing with President Donald Trump and not his passive predecessor? Cast your vote on Twitter at Lou Dobbs. We'd like to hear from you. And follow me on Twitter at Lou Dobbs. Like me on Facebook. Follow me on Instagram at Lou Dobbs tonight. On Wall Street, another record-breaking day for stocks. The Trump rally goes on. The Dow Jones Industrials adding another 32 points to that record. We have a new all-time high on the Dow, the S&P, and the Nasdaq slipping from their record highs of just yesterday, down a fraction both. Volume on the big board, 3.6 billion shares. The Dow Jones Industrials up more than 9% since Donald Trump was elected president, despite warnings of a market crash. Do you remember that? All of the savants, the geniuses, the economists, including some folks like Mark Cuban and Paul Krugman, a Nobel Prize winner for crying out loud, but not necessarily, you may have noticed, in either politics or markets. Ford shares today closing lower after the car maker reported a quarterly loss, taking something of a hit after canceling its plant in Mexico, but thinking long-term, bigger returns are awaiting them. A reminder to listen to my reports 3 times a day, coast to coast on the Salem Radio Network. And up next, President Trump is fighting for all Americans.
It's time that somebody fought for our country and didn't let anyone take advantage of us anymore. The world has taken advantage of us for many years. Not going to happen anymore.
Mexico is learning that the hard way, and that's the subject of my commentary here next. Stay with us. We'll be right back.